Hello, Brian. My roommate is in my room right now, so I'm not in my room, so I'm going to be walking through campus here. This area is the Union, which is where people eat, and it's basically the center of campus activities on North Campus. So I saw what you posted, your video that you posted on your last video, and you asked my opinion of it. I don't know. One part, I have seen some pretty awful stuff out of policemen, and I've met some pretty nasty policemen myself, very corrupt ones. However, apparently the guy, I did some research into that video, and apparently the guy who that video was dealing with was a very prominent left-wing guy for protesting, and he likes to basically go by and instigate that sort of response. The other part about that video that is concerning to me is that there was very little background information given, just cut to the policemen basically beating and arresting them. So I'm not entirely sure what to think of it. However, I would like to point out the other videos on that channel. It talks about like chemtrails and all of that, and I don't know how versed you are in conspiracy theories, but normally when people start talking about chemtrails in the air and everything, they're crazy. Because essentially what they're talking about with chemtrails, let's see if I can find any. Those clouds up there is considered a chemtrail. That's a very disappearing one. A chemtrail is basically what happens when airplanes are flying. You know those lines that come out from behind it? They're water vapor. They're vapor trails. A lot of conspiracy theorists think it's chemicals being sprayed over populations to make us basically weaker or more complacent. So that right there should give you a view as to what that video was getting at. Anyway, my stuff. I started work here at school. You obviously know that. This arm right here, the one that's holding my camera, is very achy now because of all the work. And I don't know what's the problem, because we're not doing all the heavy lifting anymore like we were the first 2 weeks. But now we're doing like raking, weed whacking, so I don't know why it's hurting, but I'm going to have to start doing stretches. I don't know what else to talk about. Those are birds, and they want to say hi, Brian. Birds say hi. Other than we're walking, and we're walking. One thing I got was a Nook, and let me show you that real quick. The Barnes & Noble Nook is an e-reader. As you can see, I have a screen protector. Oh, hello, Angus. Pressed a button, it was asleep, and so it wasn't doing much stuff. It was asleep, and let's see. Let's open it up. Here is the home. These are some books of mine. You can see the second of the Lost Fleet series. Here's a Voyager. I kind of really like this device. That's not what I want. It's very intuitive, so on and so forth. It also has a battery life of about 6 hours. It's a battery life of about 6 hours. It's a really nice piece of equipment. But yeah, that's the Nook. I've currently read 2 books on it so far, and that, so far, I really like it. I've also found out problems with the Nook. The sharing, you can only share a book only one time. It's for 14 days, and it's only books that are eligible to be lended, and therefore, so it's kind of a problem, kind of not. I don't know what else to talk about, other than tomorrow is the last day of the first half week of 2 Stools. Hopefully I'll be able to have a different setting other than walking, because I'm really bad at this carrying the camera while walking thing. Let's see. Not next week, not this weekend, but the weekend after. On June 11th, I move into an apartment. So that's going to be a very interesting day in terms of video making. Well, that's a Saturday, so it's not going to be so much of a problem. So what'll happen is the Friday, I won't be doing any moving stuff. I'll probably be packing a whole lot. However, on Monday, I'll suddenly have a different setting, which will be different. We're getting up to the end of campus soon. You've been able to see a lot of campus behind me. Right now I'm in the science complex. That's the liberal arts building being renovated. Here's the physical sciences, like physics mainly. Biology is back there behind the trees. Chemistry is on the other side of here. This is the lab sciences building. It's a lot newer. And down there is the John D. Wetaw building, which has a giant lecture hall. And there is the owl statue out front of the science complex. Then down there is a parking garage, and then off campus. So, this is me walking, talking, responding to you. I don't have anything to ask you about, but I've said a lot of things, so perhaps there's something for you to respond to. Until Monday, I'll obviously be seeing you tomorrow, but on Monday I will talk to you. So, goodbye, Brian.